Tell somebody, mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business and leave my business alone.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business Monday. I am your host. Where am I? Where are we? Wait a minute. There we are. Welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business Monday. I'm your host, Travis.
And I'm Arletha.
And as usual, on point, Mind Your Business Monday is brought to you by On Point Alliance.
Yes.
Here at On Point Alliance, we provide identity-related solutions through a diversified scope of services, with fingerprinting and background screening being our primary service. To learn more about the services, just scan the barcode at the top of the screen, or you can visit us at www.onpointalliance.com. I'm getting them mixed up.
You're okay, baby. So we want you to tackle the week like a boss here with us on Mind Your Business Monday, your compass towards success. So we want you to level up your skills by learning from entrepreneurs who have walked in your shoes and who want to share both their wisdom in personal and professional leadership development. So regardless if you're just starting out or already in the game, this is your compass towards success. So if you like how that sounds, follow us on all of our social media platforms and don't forget to click the notification bell.
All right. So hopefully everybody had a good Monday today. I know I did. It went rather quickly today, so I was appreciative of that. Y'all don't know their name, but it's me. Y'all say it.
I can't see the picture.
Mocha 71.
Mocha 71.
Who is that?
What's your name?
That can't be nobody but Michelle. That can't be nobody but Michelle. Michelle, is it you? If it is, then if it's not you, whoever you are, she said y'all's favorite.
Yeah, you one of our favorites. Let's see. Oscar. Yeah, that's Michelle. So y'all listen, just a little side note. Fun fact: Oscar and Remy are two of our alter egos from when we first got in ministry. Those are two characters that we played, and y'all might see them in the future. Who knows? You know. Oscar is actually Travis's uncle, who maybe we need to invite him on the show to co-host the show. I
don't know if we need to do that.
Do you think the people ready, Michelle? Mocha 71. Do you think the people ready for Oscar to come co-host the show and give Travis a break?
And have you nervous? What you really want to do that? You want to be nervous? What are you talking about?
And maybe we can have Remy come, and have her fill in for me. And maybe we can go on a nice date on a Monday night, since we've been sacrificing all these Mondays. Have Oscar and Remy come and hold it down for us. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
There's a lot y'all don't know about us. Like
that would be crazy. Y'all please request Oscar. It's a business show. What y'all want Oscar on a business show?
I know. Well, we thank everybody for joining us over here. Listen, we got to believe that this was the work of the Lord.
Yes.
Because I know absolutely nothing about YouTube, and we've been forced over here on YouTube tonight, but we have been talking about establishing all of our social media accounts. And tonight we had to come over here. So please like, I don't know. Do you like, follow, share, and subscribe?
Yes, you do.
On YouTube.
That is where you subscribe. You like,
yes.
You follow. However, tonight we're only able to stream live from my Facebook page tonight, so I really need you guys.
Yes.
Sharing the broadcast, because we couldn't go from Arletha's page tonight until we get some stuff worked out. But share. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get this out of the way.
Okay. So guys, we want to get all the information to you. If you want to start a business, fingerprinting boot camp, you want something flexible, self-paced, low startup, fingerprinting is an option. All right, is the way to go. There I am. So basically, if you have to get people fingerprinted frequently, we can train and certify someone in-house, so you can save money, time, and resources and not have to send them out. Or if you're a notary or own a trucking company, you got to fingerprint people regularly. Add fingerprinting services to your profile. Okay, you want to know more about it, scan the barcode, and we'll be happy to talk to you about all the options, and there are financing options as well. All right. And you guys know I'm so excited about the book, The Secret Recipe. There we go. The Secret Recipes of an Overcomer: How to Transition from Defeat to Victory. Scan the barcode to get your copy. We appreciate the support. You guys have been really thank you for the feedback and how this book has been a blessing to you. We got feedback that it saved a marriage. We've got feedback that it helped someone. Each story gave them pieces to their puzzle. And so I appreciate you guys. That's very encouraging for us. You know, so often you feel like you by yourself. However, even if you just touch one life, that's what matters. And then this Encourage, Strengthen from Within. We always tell y'all it's a cute book, but it is not only for women.
This is true.
We've sold over 2,000 copies of this. I was blessed that women's groups, church group, life groups have ordered this book by the cases. That's how I was able to achieve that. And with this book, it helps you challenge yourself to evaluate the issues of your heart, assess the perceptions, motives, and intentions of what you say you believe, renew your mind through the word of God, and embrace the real you. Get your copy today by scanning the barcode. Even if you scan this one that's up there now, you'll be able to get your copy. And we're going to throw in a nice bookmark and a cute free gold pen. And it's engraved The Secret Recipes of an Overcomer.
Okay.
All right. So those are our announcements at the top of the show.
We are about to get this road on the show. The past few weeks have been so loaded.
Yes.
They've been so loaded. And as some of you all have seen with the advertisement, we're not going anywhere. A lot of times it's like a good book. You know, you can't just read through a good book, just fly through it. You got to take your time, you know, get all the nutrients out of it. It's just like the word of God. You don't just fly through it to say, I read the whole Bible. But you want to get everything out of it that you can possibly get out of it. That's what we want to do with this topic on taxes. We talked a lot
on credit.
I'm sorry, on credit. We talked a lot about a lot of things, but today we want to allow our guest host we want to marinate.
Yes.
We want to marinate in the information that's been given, and so we're going to flow in that direction by bringing on our guest host again, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Afua Jones.
Welcome.
Good evening. I definitely want to give it back to my host and co-host. Just been extraordinary to work with. I think that this is a great service that you guys are offering to the community, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. This is just the place to be, to cover different topics, to see real entrepreneurs out here doing it, to pick up, to help with the learning curve, to pick up, and learn from each other. We have to be each other's village, and you guys' ministry is just extraordinary in that way. I'm just, I thank you for the opportunity to lend my voice to your community and for what you all are doing. Just absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
It's so important that thing that we committed to is actionables. We did our research. We're not trying to compete with anybody. Some of these folks, they have so many followers. We can't compete with them. All we can do is do us. And my thing is, I like to know how to do it, not just tell me what to do. And I appreciate you coming on and it being important enough to make sure that we're not just throwing up a bunch of information on everyone, but making sure that we're covering the bases, that they can leave this show, log off, and go and actually implement the things that we're discussing on this show. And I've been blessed to meet individuals that's what they've been doing. Every single person that have come have left some impactful information and allowed us to honor our commitment. So
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Absolutely. And it's funny because that's a great lead into what I wanted to discuss this evening. What I really wanted to talk about was just the wrap up. So we talked about defining what is personal credit, how to move within it, how to understand credit laws, how to understand your rights and how to function. But I also kind of wanted to jump in and help you and help the audience as we veered more into business credit. We talked about the foundation, what you need to set up, and why it's imperative, because it's going to ricochet off into what you want to do later on. So, we all know when you building a house, you got to build that firm foundation because it's going to make a difference in some of the other areas. And today, what I really thought about was just kind of covering why. One of the things we touched on last week was I used the example of how my business name used to have the word financial in it, and why it's important to look at like some of the names and why you don't want to be labeled certain ways and things like that. And so, and then we talked about, looking for trigger words, when you're looking for what you want to name your business and how it's going to represent, and categorizing your business and how your business is categorized, what role that plays in business credit. It's one thing to say, hey, go do this. Hey, check this box off. Hey, do this. But are we understanding why and what the potential harm or benefit could be with the decision that we're making? And so, like, one of the things you have to think about is as it pertains to business credit, you're going to be measured against other businesses that are similar to what you're doing. If your business is cyclical, is it seasonal? Does it have peaks and highs? And what you choose for your NAICS codes, which categorize what your industry is. And maybe you want to say education versus consulting, and just kind of diving into what you're choosing. Like we talked about tier 1 with your business credit, and how if you are filling out an application and you clearly know this is tier 1 and they're asking for your social, then we know we're going to move on. Tier 1, I don't need to be a personal guarantee. And you know why? We talked about why. And so I don't know if anybody wants to be bold enough to answer why. I'll give you a little pause there, but I'll go ahead and tell you why. Because in tier 1,
hold on, Afua. If anybody can answer that question from the information that she shared, you'll get a free Mind Your Business Monday journal. All right. A free Mind Your Business Monday journal.
So we're going to let her ask the question again.
What was the question?
So why
it's okay. Remember. Look, play it back and then y'all. Why you should not have to give a social for tier 1.
Tier 1. So in tier 1, why if you're filling out an application for your business credit and this is tier 1, you're tier 1, this is new, and they're asking for you to provide your social, why you would just move on? Why would you just move on? You don't want to provide your social in tier 1. This was one of the main things we covered about business credit.
Now, because when you say move on, you mean move on from that potential, whatever it is you're seeking.
Yes, because there's so many other creditors out there for tier 1
And you're not in that position to do so anyway. So just move on to what you qualify for, so you can establish yourself to go for some of these other things.
Absolutely. If you have done everything that we talked about in the foundation part, you can confidently and boldly know you will move through tier 1 just fine. And confidently, if you've done those things, I'm telling you, you're good to go on your tier 1 and you're ready to move forward. And you should know that. You should not just know what you should do. You should be knowing why you should be doing these
Come
things.
on.
Same thing about, we talked about why it's important to get with Dun & Bradstreet, because Dun & Bradstreet produces your paydex score. You want your paydex score is your business credit score. So you want to look at Dun & Bradstreet, which is free to get your Dun & Bradstreet number. You want to look at them as a credit bureau, as your business credit bureau. Since we're talking about that, Dun & Bradstreet, they emphasize the main thing that they focus on is your vendor information and suppliers. So as far as how they're going to be reporting on your business credit, their main focus is going to be what vendors you have and your suppliers and your payment history with them. Experian for Business is mostly going to be focusing on your bank data as it pertains to business credit. That's their primary thing that they collect on as it pertains to their business credit. And Equifax focuses on primarily your business lending. They're going to focus on what type of lending you have. So you might have a store credit, like a vendor credit here, but you might qualify for 20,000, 15,000 with this. So that's going to be where you're going to see that you're going to, Equifax is going to be strong at. So just kind of understanding what roles different people play. And we talked about the main difference with business credit versus personal credit is in business credit, what matters is how fast you pay something back, not how much you run it up, not how fast you pay it. The faster you pay your business credit back, the more you're going to be extended, the higher your business credit score is going to be.
Yes.
So when it comes to business credit and payment history and that kind of stuff, it's fast, doing stuff fast, showing, and then you can move on to your next tier and move on and qualify for better terms and higher limits. So when you're building and establishing business credit, you got to use it, you got to pay it back fast, you got to show your credit worthiness. And like we said, Dun & Bradstreet is going to be looking at your suppliers. So that's going to be like your Granger, your Uline, those kinds of things. So, that's going to be heavy D&B. They're going to be reporting heavy on that. Same thing with Experian. Any of your bank products, that's going to show up higher there. Also, I kind of wanted to get into Dun & Bradstreet also calculates the whether or not what type of risk you will be over the 12-month period. If based off of your payment history, they will score what they believe your frequency and delinquency will be. So this is why you want to make sure you score high, you pay fast, because that's one of the things that they calculate when they're calculating your business scores and giving business summaries. They're looking at the potential. And this is where how you word your business and your industry, hey, if it's not tax season, or, if it's not this particular season, then the likelihood of, so those are things that you want to think about if you want to call your business one thing versus calling it something else.
I hope you guys are taking notes. This is information that I know for a fact people will charge you for. This is not a thing of, we're going to give you a few crumbs, lead you to this to get the information and to get the keys, then you got to pay this humongous amount of money. No, what she's giving right now is what she does naturally. You see how she's flowing and just sharing. And for anyone that is watching tonight and to go utilize her services, guess what she's doing for them? Let them know what you're doing for them, Afua.
Yeah, so if you schedule your free consultation, you will get a free round of a personal profile update for your personal credit. You definitely want to be working on your personal credit at the same time that you're working on your business credit. What we talked about, and your personal profile is what I like to call that low hanging fruit. And the reason that's important, especially if you happen to have some derogatories on your credit, your personal credit, is because old debt is often associated with old addresses. So you only need to show one name, one address, one employer. If you have a bunch of different variations of your name, outdated employers, that kind of stuff, that can be cleaned up. And so if you schedule your free consultation and you mention Mind Your Business Monday, I will give you one free round of a personal profile update. It's just important that you make sure that you get that stuff cleaned up at the same time that you are starting to work on your business credit, so that you position yourself, because business credit goes up to 250 million. And I cannot stress enough why it's so important to get after it. And even if you don't know, and this is a challenge to us, especially as first generation entrepreneurs, what I would say, and what I would say to my younger self as a full-time entrepreneur person, is this: start with what you have. And as you move forward with what you have, more resources, more understanding, more tools will become available to you. So start with where you're at. And that was really the whole premise of why I came on initially. The whole thing that I wanted to really, really stress to everybody is, if you just get the foundation done,
Right.
Yeah.
it will open up. You may not be ready for tier 2 for 2 or 3 years from now. But if you get the foundation done, it will open you up for the other stuff. If you don't know, and I challenge you, if you don't know what you want your business to be, I'm not sure my calling, whatever, still go get your EIN, put it underneath your name. Just open the business, Afua Jones LLC. If you need to categorize it, put consultant, because you can always go back and amend it. Just get it started.
Yeah.
If you need to get a business account open, because technically your business opens when you open your business bank account. There are fintechs out here, guys. If y'all reach out to me, I will give you my personal link. I like North One. You can have it open in 15 minutes with your EIN number.
Listen, and that free round that she mentioned is valued at $100. Okay, so we're not talking about some stuff that you can just Google. And yeah, we can go out and Google a bunch of things, but trying to comprehend and digest what we're actually reading, what does this really mean? Sometimes that's difficult for some people. And as you see, this is Afua's jam. Like, she could talk credit all day long. Okay, because you know what she's talking about. So book your consultation. She also has this freebie here for you guys. You can go ahead and share that, Travis. You can download this freebie at her link. You'll see it there. Her link tree. Yep. There you go.
And what this does is this gives you, we were just talking about, no credit check, use your EIN. There's 5 cards right there, 5-6 cards right there you can jump into and apply for. And I want to give you guys another little gem, and I think I dropped this last time. And I will try to make sure I clarify what I'm talking personal credit versus business credit. But as it pertains to personal credit, what I know for sure, in particular with Experian, you can actually go into your account on Experian and you can add your salary. Now, yes, your salary is not a part of your personal credit score. No, it's not. But you can put your own salary on there. It's not like they're calling the employer to verify it. So you can add your salary there, because oftentimes you get approved based off of your debt to income ratio.
Right.
So utilize the different tools that are there to speak for you.
Say get approved or not approved.
For those who don't know what debt to income ratio is, could you elaborate on that?
Yes. So as it pertains to business credit, they don't like to see that you are using more than 30% of your available credit. So if you are using more than 30% based off of how much you're bringing in and how much you're spending, that will tell lenders your discipline with money and the potential risk.
Okay.
So if you are looking at, let's say, like 20K cards, credit limits, ideally speaking, you want to be around 10 to 12% utilization, making about $135,000 a year. And depending on where you're applying will determine if they're going to verify that salary.
Repeat that part again.
Depending on where you're applying will determine if they're actually going to call to verify. That salary. Okay. So like if you got really good credit, your utilization is low, there's no red flags there, me as a lender, I might not feel the need to verify that salary. There's nothing here that gives me an indication that because your utilization is low, I don't see late payments, so I believe that salary. But if I'm seeing a bunch of collections, like make it make sense.
Right.
To make the math, right?
If I'm seeing a bunch of collections, a bunch of late payments, then maybe this is risky because this person isn't managing that 135 properly, because they shouldn't be in this type of woods.
That is true. That is definitely something to think about. So guys, we're doing exactly what we said we were going to do. We are marinating into this. We are listening to Afua take us deeper into what we've already been discussing. And so we already got it up there. This is a good time. We thank those who have already shared and let us know that you shared. For that question that was asked, the first person who puts it up, we're not going to say it on the show. Whoever we see who puts it up, you'll be the one. The first person who puts the answer up will be the one to get the secret recipes of an overcomer.
No, they get a notebook. A journal. The Mind Your Business Monday.
Oh, journal. Mind Your Business Monday journal. I'm sorry, I thought it was a secret, but I've been backwards anyway. So we're right at that time. We're going to go ahead and hear from our sponsor, and then we will be right back with our second half of the show tonight.
My name is Arletha, and I am the CEO and president of On Point Alliance, where we help our clients maintain the integrity of their identity through fingerprinting and background screening services. We offer a diversified scope of services covering everything from personal review, pre and post-employment. So regardless if you need background screening for a power of attorney, a certification or licensing in another state, or if you're a business owner looking to screen new applicants or monitor the criminal record of your current employees, we've got you covered. We have established our reputation by earning our clients' trust through delivering accuracy and efficiency. We would love to be your preferred fingerprinting provider. To learn more about how our services can be your solutions, click the link below.
All right, and we are back.
Yes.
Beautiful facilities there.
Thank you.
Thank you. I did it myself.
I know she did.
You know what? I know she did. Well, we are on the second half of the show tonight, and we're going to continue to dive in. I'm really loving how you breaking down the you breaking down Equifax, you're breaking down TransUnion, you're breaking down who was the other one?
Dun & Bradstreet.
And experience.
Right, and experience. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right back in there because it's so important for us to understand those things. If you don't mind, you said something that when you said it, I heard you say the words, and then I was getting ready to say it, but I was like, I ain't gonna do that. Because I like to know that stuff is sticking in my head. But did you give some words that I have heard? I think I heard the acronyms, I guess you say it, NAICS codes.
Yep. Yeah, you heard NAICS codes. We have to use them.
Yes.
NAICS codes.
What'd you say?
NAICS codes.
NAICS codes. So when you said, I said, what is the NAICS codes? So I had been hearing that already.
What that does, it
go.
categorizes businesses. So you can actually Google it and it'll give you, it's a standardized way of categorizing your business. And so, and again, this is why you may want to go the consulting route, or, you want to choose your words based off of the future, where you're really looking to go with it. You want to, be mindful of where you want your vision to go with your business.
I think I remember one last week that stood out to me that you said. The importance of not using the word financial in your business. If you can touch on that again.
Yeah, because that's considered a risky, and you can Google risky business names or words that are risky to have in your business name. You'll get labeled as a risky business, and that could potentially limit you for what you could qualify for who wants to take a chance on you, that kind of stuff. So you want to really think about your name. And in this day and age, I encourage you to use the AI, give the description of what you want your name to represent and let it come back and give you some options to think about. And then, I kind of want to dive a little bit more into like what we were talking about, like using the resources that are available to you until you can, to help springboard you into what's next. One of the other things that you can do, I'll switch gears into personal credit. Another nugget that I wanted to give is, let's say, everything's good. You don't have a bunch of late payments. You don't have a bunch of derogatories. You just kind of need to continue to build your credit. Well, if you've been with said creditor for 2 years or longer, no late payments in the past 4 to 6 months, but your limit is still pretty low, what I would do personally is I would give them a call. Will go one or two routes. I may give them a call and say, hey, Becky, I was looking at my credit. I've been with you guys for 2 years, never had a late payment. I wanted to make sure my salary was updated with you guys. And then don't say a word. Sometimes we just give up too much. And let her guide you from there. That's one approach. And then once that's updated, then you can say, well, I was just wondering what type of credit limit increase I qualify for. Especially if they ask you, well, what are you looking for? 10K, 15K, 20K. Those are the types of limits we want to have. We shouldn't still be sitting around with $500, $750, $1,000 limits for 5 and 6 years.
And we can't be afraid.
We have not because we ask not.
We can't be afraid to ask for those amounts. Sometimes when you don't even think that that's an option, you don't know what to ask for. So one of my business coaches, as I started to price my services, and she mentioned, this little tickle you get in your throat. Like if you want $3,000, but you're afraid to ask that much because in your mind, they won't pay you. So you're going to say $997 or something like that. You can't be afraid to ask for what you're worth or what you want, even if you got to practice saying it. You know what I'm saying? What the worst thing that happen is they say you don't qualify for it. And I wanted to share a point about the NAICS codes. The NAICS code does matter. I didn't know that it mattered. Actually, as Afua shared, that it helps categorize you. They use that to determine how much money you should make and how much taxes you could possibly owe. So I was actually in the wrong bracket, and because my industry is a unique industry, it is it's other fingerprinting businesses, but it ain't a gazillion of us. You know what I'm saying? So for me to just go into legal, I'm using a NAICS code for legal services. Legal services, you got lawyers over there making millions of dollars. You got, so you want to be in the right category. And as she said, you literally can Google NAICS code for beautician, NAICS code for credit repair service, NAICS code for whatever, and there is a specific code, or it gets you close to the code you should be using. And I was initially told just pick as many apply to you, because you can have more than one, especially if you're going out for government contracts.
Right.
Okay, that's when that's important. But you have to have a primary one. You want to make sure that primary one is as accurate as possible, so you don't get put in the wrong category. Okay, I had to learn that.
That's good.
Yeah.
And see what you just did. You took somebody's their learning curve off by sharing it. And this is why this platform is so good. And that's why, today I wanted to focus on the reason why we're doing some of the things that we're doing. Like, most people don't think I could call a creditor and ask for a credit limit increase. Yes, you can. And if you don't have late payments and you've opened the account longer than 2 years ago, you should be doing that as a practice every 4 to 6 months. It doesn't mean that they're going to give it to you, but you can ask. Because I'm telling you, that's what they're going to be looking at. They're going to be looking at the last 4 to 6 months to see if you've had late payments. If you know you haven't had it and your utilization is below 30%, ask, and make it a habit of, once you have that credit straight, of doing that every 4 to 6 months.
And one last thing, because when I first got into business, the person who filed my taxes, they didn't know, for whatever reason, to put in actual NAICS codes, and they put 99999. And when I tried to get my certifications, it got kicked back. And for those who don't know, well, where would I use this NAICS code? On your taxes, on your Schedule C, right at the top of that form. That's like where they, as they filling in your personal information, the NAICS code for your business is on your Schedule C. So if you never really paid attention to it, you might want to go look at it and see what NAICS code is your tax professional using, and is it the accurate one? Is it an actual number? Because again, the person put all nines.
And
for
then
me.
when
that's so good that you share that. That is so good, because and then like you said, you can look it up, and it's also, you also want to make sure you add it to your Dun and Bradstreet. There'll be a place to add it to your DMB.
Yes, you're gonna need that, especially if you're trying to establish yourself as a replicable business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And see what you're talking about. Now we're getting into the meat of business credit. Now we're talking about the foundation, establishing yourself right. And once you've done it, you've done it. You ain't gotta look it up every year. Unless your business is changing. Like you've done it. Once you get that business bank account going, once you've done all of these things it's done.
Yeah.
If you, one of the things that we did discover is if you are doing your due diligence and you're going after, let's just say you're going after the government contracts or whatever, you have certain certifications. Because in our instance, it was certification that we had, and what we noticed was that there are. Okay, I'm gonna say this like this. There's so much money out there to be given. Okay. What we were finding was we were getting so many offers for stuff. Like, why are we getting offers for this particular thing? Why are we getting offers? And the offers was coming in. What I was thinking about was like, man, they got a lot of money out here to give away. But the thing about it was the NAICS codes.
Yes.
That had these things coming, had them coming. It's like, and you didn't realize how many different things were out there.
And that's gonna be a good subject, government contracts and RFPs,
Right.
because what Travis is referring to is, because I went and selected, I had about 9 to 12 different NAICS codes, and I had legal services. So of course I'm getting all kind of offers. What I noticed, not most of them wasn't even fingerprinting, because I didn't have the right primary option. You know what I'm saying? And so when I changed it and went and made a more accurate
Targeted,
number
right.
and my keywords,
Right.
because when you go and get your NAICS code, and as you're applying for these different certifications, they have you put keywords, because the contractors go and they just search marketing certification courses or credit repair services, and anybody who has that code, regardless if it's your primary number or not, you're gonna pop up for them. Then they go through it and reach out to who they want to reach out to, or you can go and put yourself, depending on where you got your certification from, and you'll start just getting emails for these particular.
And we can dive a little deeper with them government contracts, because now, especially if you're a Black-owned,
woman-owned,
Black-owned veteran, now as a contractor, that I have to subcontract a portion, depending on what the contract is, I have to give a portion of that contract to 8A, to this. So now I can check off other boxes too by hiring you. So if I'm a big government contractor, I got to give a portion of this business to keep that contract. I have to give a portion of this business to, and if I can check off 4 or 5 boxes with one person or one business.
See, now that's a good thing. So now with that, tying in why it's important, will those government contractors be looking at credit, business credit?
Well, I think it depends on what, like, I think that maybe if you're in security, IT type of stuff, defense contracting, stuff like that, I think it just depends on what the level of the contract is. Certainly, moving here from the DC area, where DC contracts, 80% just government contracting. I know that if you're looking at getting like a security clearance, they're going to look at your personal credit.
They're going to look at your credit.
And also with that NAICS code, when you clarify yourself, it actually helps differentiate you from the other people in your industry. Because now, and see, again, we have to do a segment on this, because now it's something called a capability statement. They want to start exploring, okay, what is it that she has? What is it that this person have? And I learned that there are federal level NAICS codes, and then there's state level. So it's so many, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Certifications. So when you were talking about MBE, SBE, WBE, Hub, veteran owned, it's so many, but there are some that's state specific, that these people who are companies that are looking for your business category, that they're going, and some of them, it don't matter if you're a minority owned, because they get credit for you being a woman-owned business, or they get credit because you're a veteran. So you want to get as many
disabled.
Disabled, yes. Business owners. So you want to get as many as you can, but these NAICS codes does matter. We don't want to get off too much, but the point is, these are important things, and because this just popped up in our mind right now, we want to give it to you. So make a note of what we just shared with you. Do some research. You'll see everything that we're talking about. This is just how it goes. You need that accurate NAICS code to do the things that Afua is giving you to implement regarding your business credit.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different facets, and we just kind of wanted to touch on this evening, why we're doing some of the stuff that we're doing. This is why I feel like your show is so important, because you're bringing in different entrepreneurs, sharing different experiences, saying, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Have you thought about doing it this
Right.
way? Or I did it this way, and this is why this didn't work for me, and maybe you should reconsider doing this. And this is why, one of the first shows we did, I talked about, just remember, everything is amendable. So as soon as you know that, oh, I should have changed, like, from legal, then just go amend it.
Right.
Yeah.
Make the change.
Yeah, it's like we're On Point Alliance. We're not On Point Alliance fingerprint. I have a DBA On Point Alliance fingerprinting. But because I knew On Point Alliance is going to be an umbrella for many different divisions, departments, different services, I didn't categorize myself by saying On Point Alliance fingerprinting, even though that's my primary service. So I have a DBA with On Point Alliance fingerprinting.
That's a great example. Great. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, you know what I love, for how you have, and I really do appreciate you giving the love back and for this platform. Every chance you get, just stating how important it is for this platform to be here. A lot of people realize it. Some people know it's not easy. No, it's not easy doing this. It's really not. And like Arletha said a lot of times, we're just scratching the surface, but we're trying to do our due diligence as God help us. And you made mention about how important it is that we bring on entrepreneurs so that they can share the knowledge that they have, which leads us to this. Go ahead, Arletha.
So we want to invite you to be a guest on our show. And to do so, all you have to do is scan that barcode. It's going to take you to a form to complete. And we're going to ask for a little bit of information. I don't know if that scrolling thing at the bottom is going to cut that.
It is.
Is it cutting it off?
Yes, yeah.
Let me move it.
Here it goes. Right
first.
Here. Oh, yeah. All right. Yes. So we want you to scan the barcode. Is a form to complete to be a guest on the show. Listen, here on Mind Your Business Monday, we just need you to know what you're talking about. We don't care if you have 1 million followers or 500 followers. Okay. Do you know your industry? Do you have something that we can take and implement when we log off this show? If you can do that, we want to support you. You might be sitting over there, just like I've experienced my own self, doing all the things, working all day long for hours and hours. I find myself guilty of 48-hour days, 3 days straight, working. You're creating graphics. You're doing things to market your business, and nobody share. They'll comment congratulations on something. You like, why are you saying congratulations?
Not my birthday.
I don't need you to say, and I done had my business for 5 years now. It ain't congratulations. So you want to be encouraged. You want to be acknowledged. You want to be included. You want to, you need leads to your services. You know that you have an integral, replicable business, and you just find yourself feeling isolated, because that's a common thing amongst business owners, entrepreneurs. You can kind of feel isolated, especially small business owners. Let me say that we got you. We want to hear what you have to say. We want what you have, because just because you don't have 10 million followers don't mean that you don't have valuable information. Scan that barcode, come be a guest on our show. Let us support you. You come and support the community, support Mind Your Business Monday efforts, and everybody benefit off of this. Everybody wins. Okay. Why we free? Because one day it's not going to be free. All right. I'm telling you that right now. Come, let's share with each other, help each other grow, help stretch each other, help each other broaden our imagination. Afua was talking about things that some of you all may have never even thought was an option, to call them and talk about, give me $10,000, $20,000. What? They'll do that? I can ask for that? Yes. Yes. And you not only can ask for it, you can confidently ask for it because you've been given every key to unlock these doors. Okay. So scan the barcode, be a guest on the show. Go and download Afua's freebie. Book your free consultation and get your free round and become a client. Okay. And listen, the sky is not the limit.
It is not.
It is not. It is not. I want to encourage y'all. Listen, this has been a week. Actually, last week is Monday, and it feels like it's already a whole week. Okay, just but I just want to encourage y'all. We got this. I don't care what it looked like, what it feels like, what they said, who said no. How many things seem to be crashing into each other. We got this. Sometimes you have to step back and assess what you're doing, how you're moving, where you over investing, where you may be overcompensating at. Acknowledge areas of opportunity, meaning, you know, most people say weaknesses. We like to say areas of opportunity. Do you need to outsource? Do you need to hire somebody? Do you need to bring on some interns or whatever you need to do to assess your business and mind your business? Okay, so we got this.
What I would add to that is celebrate what you have accomplished. The fact
Yes.
that you're here right now, wanting to pour into yourself and wanting to pour into your business, and even if you're just thinking about it, you know what? Let me just try to get some ideas. The fact that you're here now, celebrate that. You know, I'll hear people say, and I'll be like, hey, you know, good job. I'm trying. No, you're not trying. You're actually doing it.
Yes.
So celebrate it. You know, you're here. You're finding out, you know better. So now you can do better and understanding different processes. I think, again, just
listen, we say all the time, celebrate the small victories. Celebrate the small victories. Allocate time into assessing and adjusting. We already know the past framework. Prepare, come up with your plan, make all the plans, act, implement your plans.
Yes.
Study, step back, and you've already allocated time to assess, is this working? Is it not? And if it doesn't, it's not a fail. Right? Because you went into it to see how is this going to play out? Is this working? Is this not? What's working? What's not? And then shift, make the adjustment, acknowledge what needs to be acknowledged, and start over. And I love to do things in 90-day increments. You can tell a lot in 90 days. Okay. From behavior, relationships, honey, folks can't only fake for so long. Things can only go wrong for so long. If it's going to break, it's going to break. And it only can last for so long. Right. But with PASS, PASS, if you approach your endeavor with PASS, guess what you never do? Fail. You never fail. You're not comparing yours to somebody else. I tell y'all all the time, people dynamics are different. You don't know 2, 3, 4 y'all doing the same thing. She may have had good credit to get capital. She doesn't have kids. Matter of fact, this one got a disabled child, so she can pay her rent and practice her business. So she ain't got to worry about getting put out. Like this one, taking all of her McDonald's money, putting it into her business, buying products, and she living in her car, but she refused to not have her business. All of those dynamics are different. And can you imagine if one is trying to compare themselves to the other one? It's different elements to it, right? This one may not even be emotionally stable, so she got a lot of followers, but she ain't even emotionally stable. This one just bought a bunch of courses and regurgitated on you, and it looked like she knows what she's doing. And then when you give her your money, you find out real quick, right? You see what I'm saying? It's so many times. So that whole saturated market thing, it's a whole bunch of go on the bread aisle. It's a gazillion bread companies on that aisle, and you gonna pick what you gonna pick.
And everybody comes, and they have to restock those shelves because somebody's coming for some bread that you don't eat.
Right. So you don't sit here and compare yourself to nobody else. Your elements and dynamics of your life is different. You got things going on. You got things you working through while you trying to keep your sanity and survive and follow your dreams and your ambitions, right? You didn't just start a business because of the pandemic and everybody said get an LLC. We ain't gonna do that's a whole nother show. Right. So approach everything with past, prepare, actually prepare, plan, implement, act, study, step back, give yourself grace if it worked, if it didn't work, and don't judge yourself if it didn't. It don't look like what it's supposed to. What is it supposed to look like? Hers? Right? And then shift.
Yeah.
Mine not gonna look like hers. Some things I can't even compete with that, and they can't compete with me, right? So we approach everything with past. We never fail.
You can't do
That's
me.
good. That's good.
So
preach on
listen, be a guest on this show. Let us support you. Come support us. Come support us. Go sign up for your consultation. Support Afua's business. She has faithfully, last week she had death in the family and still came on this show.
Right.
And got a call about arrangements 10 minutes before this show started. And she's still here on this show today to make sure that you guys are getting it, that you're processing and able to digest the information. This is not just something she talking about. She already said she live a credit life. Okay. Some of y'all trying to live y'all best life on I don't know what, but she living a credit life. And listen.
But you know what
was just negotiating some new vendors today. Some new vendors to bring on for people to add some trade lines. I was just negotiating some today. I love it. Love it.
That's what I was going to say. What you show me is that when you invest in other people, you can't invest in other people without really investing in yourself.
Yes.
And that's what I commend about you. You know, out of everything that you've have been dealing with, you continue to move forward. You continue to make yourself available to help others because you understand the key. The key is when you invest in others, and it's something that you're knowledgeable on, you're doing nothing but sharpening your skills. So you're investing in yourself.
Yeah.
And I commend you on that.
Yeah.
You're an encouragement and you're so appreciated here on Mind Your Business Monday.
Yes.
This has been an awesome month.
Yes, it has.
That you've been with us every Monday talking about credit.
Yes.
And getting to know you guys. And
absolutely.
Y'all are some great hosts here. These are some extraordinary people.
Oh, thank you.
I do it myself.
Yeah.
Can't take them nowhere.
We thank everybody who has tuned in. This is another one.
Yes.
Another one down.
Actually, this is our 50th episode.
This is our 50th
I'm
episode.
excited about that.
Congratulations.
That's
Thank
a big
you.
deal.
Look, and this the day they want to shut down my Facebook page. Buzzards.
And we still
And
show
turn up on your YouTube page.
Okay, that part.
that part because we got work to do over there anyway.
Yes.
But as we get ready to sign off, as always, we want you to know that growth doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just about seeing opportunities where others don't. Success is a journey, not a destination. So keep moving, keep learning, keep improving. And until next time, remember to mind your business. Thank you so much, Afua. We'll see y'all next week.
Somebody mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business.